What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday, a spot where I get Scentsy reviews out to you based on your votes from the previous week. Last week we had an interesting week because I threw in a mystery vote, and we had a generated wheel with all 7 testers that I had in my tester bin, and we have a winner. So that's going to be our first place scent for the week, and then we have 2 other scents that are also currently available. So let's get started. All right, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Clothesline. It's actually the mystery scent that came in first, but this is a light blue colored wax and it's strong on cold sniff, and Scentsy has put this in the fresh category. And I would say obviously it's a laundry style fresh scent. So let's read the scent description. It's rather long. It says crisp greens, orange flower, creamy violet, and even a hint of white wicker basket will let you savor the scent of just wash laundry, dried naturally in the fresh air anytime you please. Now, it's ironic they say it's dried naturally in the fresh air because to me, this smells like a dryer sheet. I don't really have a lot to say. It smells like a dryer sheet, a little bit powdery, like a dryer sheet. And we have 2 main laundry scents on the website. One is Clean Breeze, which to me smells a little bit more like laundry liquid or wet laundry. And this is more of a dried laundry dryer sheets kind of smell. It's a little bit powdery. It's very sweet, and I enjoyed this one. In fact, most people have a favorite between Clean Breeze and Clothesline, and for me, the clear favorite is Clothesline. And I will be honest and tell you I don't really like laundry scents, but I like Clothesline. So let's talk about performance, because Clothesline does have a reputation for being strong, and I'm here to tell you, yes it is. So over the years, I've gradually dwindled down my tester stash to just 3 because I've been using them up, but I know from my inventory that I had a bar. So I warmed 3 party-sized testers and 4 cubes from this bar. So the first spot I warmed it was the kids' bathroom, and I took 1.5 from my party testers, which is not quite 2 cubes, and I put it in the kids' bathroom, and it was about 9 out of 10 there. And that bathroom is a struggle bus for me, but also these testers are a few years old. So I would probably say if you use 2 cubes from the bar, it would probably be a 10 out of 10. Now, I did warm the rest of this, which would be another 1.5 plus 4 cubes, so not quite 6 cubes in my open layout, and I would say it was about 9 out of 10 strength and throw. And it's funny because my mother-in-law was coming over that day, and I didn't know she was coming over, and I said to my husband, you should probably warn her because she is very scent sensitive. He goes, nope, I'm not going to warn her because if she gets here and she doesn't like it, she'll just have to leave, because I said I was doing testing, and he knows how testing goes. But my mother-in-law didn't say anything, so I think she's becoming more used to my bombardment of scent. But it was pretty strong the day she was here. So I think if you're going to use Clothesline, you could use it in a number of ways. You could use it in a challenging open area, as long as you don't mind laundry in a big area, which I don't. But most people might say, well, I'm just going to warm a laundry scent in the laundry room. Most laundry rooms are on the smaller side. So if you're going to do that, I would say take a cube, cut it in half. Try it in a mini warmer. Because if you put it in a full-size warmer and it's a bit too strong for you, you might have to turn it off. And that would be another option. Turn it on, short time frame, turn it off. It is a little bit of a lingerer. Obviously, if you have a spot in your home that has something like a cat litter box or a strong smell that you have to cover up, this would be a good scent to use in that area. Now, this does have a reputation for being one of the stronger Scentsy scents. So if you're new to scents and you're not sure if you like strong scents, I would say tread cautiously. And for me, out of Clothesline and Clean Breeze is about a medium to a medium plus, and this is a strong scent. So would I be repurchasing Clothesline in the future? Yes. Because I'm not huge into laundry, do I need to buy lots of it? No. But this is probably one of my favorite laundry scents that I've ever tried, and that is Clothesline. All right, let's move on to scent number 2. However, before we do that, let's talk about the family ratings for Clothesline, which I forgot to mention from my last segment. My husband said 8 out of 10, and he said, ooh, I really like this one. Erica said 7 out of 10, and Ryan said this is a nice one at 9 out of 10. All right, so let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Sleigh Ride. This one had 22% of the vote. It's this green colored wax, and I would say it's medium on cold sniff, and Scentsy has put this in the woods category, and I would say it has a sub of fruit. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, journey through the snow amid crisp air, fallen fir needle, and a touch of tart cranberry. Now, most times when I put a scent in the warmer, I know what the scent notes are roughly. But this one, I just knew there was tree, and that's all I could remember. So So I put it in and I thought, yeah, it smells like a fresh evergreen tree. But then I went in, I'm like, I smell fruit and I think it's cranberry. And I looked it up. Yes, it is. So it talks about crisp air. I would say, yes, that's the freshness that I was smelling. Fallen fir needle. Yes. And tart cranberry. Yes. Now I would say the majority of the scent is that fallen fir needle, a little bit of freshness from the crisp air, and the cranberry. So I would say maybe 2/3 tree and 1/3 fruit. And it was very pleasant. It was basic and not much not that it wasn't exciting, but there wasn't much sophistication to the scent. So I would kind of say this is a very nice scent, but it's kind of basic and plain. Not that that is boring, because it depends on what you're looking for. And I really enjoyed this one. So let's talk about how it warmed, and also let's talk about the family rating before I forget. My husband said 7 out of 10, Erica said 4 out of 10, and Ryan said 9 out of 10. So seeing that this is a evergreen style tree scent, it would be a scent that I would warm a lot in December and in my big area. So I knew I wanted to warm it there as a trial. And I thought, well, I would like to have a little bit left to smell and talk to you about while I'm doing the video. So I thought, let's warm it in the storage area. So I'll do that one first. It wasn't overly strong there at about a 6 out of 10, but that is where I picked up the cranberry, because that is where I warmed it first. I left it going for about a day and a half, and then I removed it because sometimes I lose the evergreen tree scents very quickly when they're in the warmer. They're there and then they're gone for me. So I decided to warm it in my open layout, because I thought if I'm going to have an artificial tree or something like that, a regular tree, I would probably want to warm it in my main space. So that's where I warmed the other 6 cubes, and I put it in 3 different warmers, and I left it going just one day. Maximum strength and throw was about 7.5, but again, I wouldn't even know if I said it lasted the full day. After a few hours, I kind of lose these kind of scents. I don't know if that's a Patricia thing or if you guys experience that as well, but it's something that I tend to experience. Now, if you're someone that likes scents like Be Merry, this is along the line, but if we were using a sliding scale, this is more tree and less fruit. And Be Merry is probably like an equal 50-50, or maybe even a touch more fruit than tree. So it just depends on what you want. And Be Merry is red, and I think of the red as the berries and fruit, and this is green. So I think it kind of makes sense, because the green to me is more evergreen in nature. I love the name. I think it's a very nice scent. If you want a basic, well done, enjoyable scent, I think Sleigh Ride is the way to go. Stick to medium-sized spaces or smaller. It would not have done well in my previous home with my large high ceilings, but for a smaller, maybe a family room, closed, normal ceiling height, I think this would be just fine. Just don't expect to get days and days if you get performance like I do. Now, would I be repurchasing Sleigh Ride? I have a lot of wax and I don't need to repurchase, but I'm not opposed to repurchasing it in the future if it were to return. So it was enjoyable. That's Sleigh Ride. All right, let's talk about our third and final scent for the week. It is Balsam Spice. This one is a green wax. It had 20% of the vote. It's also a medium intensity scent, and Scentsy has also put it in the woods category, but I would say the sub for this one is spice. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, captivating cinnamon adds sweet spice to charred cedar and balsam. Now, primarily for me, this is a cedar balsam scent, but there's a lot of spice, and the spice comes across very, very sweet. Now, it does talk about char. In the first place I warmed it, I did not smell any smoke or char whatsoever, which is so weird. The second space I warmed it, I could smell the char and the smoke. So it goes to show, performs differently in 2 different spots. Now, I actually preferred the way it's spelled here in my bedroom, which is the first place I warmed it. It did not have the smoky char to it. It was, however, very, very sweet in its presentation. It's almost like you took the cinnamon and just added a ton of sugar and then had that right next to your nose, and there was a tree in the background, and you could smell the bark or the cedar like wood, and you could also smell the fir needles. But for me, what I did not enjoy as time went on was it became very, very sweet, and I was surprised at how sweet it was, and I was surprised that I wasn't enjoying it as much as I thought. It started out great, and then I was just like, it's a little bit too sweet. But other than that, I thought it was a really nice scent. Performance was about medium, and longevity was about average for me. So let's talk a little bit about the performance. Now, before I do that, I should mention my family rating. So my husband said this one smells like a department store at 6 out of 10. Erica said 4 out of 10, and Ryan said he thought it was a nice scent at 9 out of 10. So I have a note here. I do describe this as a sophisticated merry/holiday scent that is very sweet in nature. It also smells a little bit like there was a pine cone note. So if you like pine cone scents, then this one might be good, the one that you would want to pick. And it does probably come from that charred cedar, or in one room I got just cedar. All right, so let's talk about performance. I warmed two cubes here in my bedroom and 2 cubes in my bathroom, so 4 cubes in total in this area. And strength and throw was about 7 out of 10 at its max, and I left it going approximately 2 days. What I did was I kind of cheated, and on day 2 it didn't seem overly strong anymore, so I took the wax from this room, merged it to the bathroom, and warmed something else in here. I sometimes do that. Now I decided to warm 3 cubes in the boys' room as my second area, and that's where the char cedar really became noticeable. And I was surprised, like I said, but it was also a sweet holiday scent that had a festive fur. Now the fur is not overbearing and it's not as sharp or astringent. It's a slightly less intense fur because of the cedar, I believe. So in my boys' room, it performed a little bit better at 7.5 out of 10, and we're on day 2 and it's still doing very, very well. So I would say there it's a 2 or a 3 day scent, and here it was a 1 or a 2 day scent. If you're someone that likes cinnamon pine cones, you might enjoy this scent. Now this one has more sweetness than that one, and it also has more of an evergreen note. But if you like that scent, you might also like this. But this really reads classic holiday Christmas time to me. I would say medium spaces are best. It might not thrive in a big area, and it might be a little bit too much in a small area. Would I be repurchasing this one? I think there's other holiday scents that I really, really enjoy that would be my go-to, but I would not be opposed to purchasing this. It just was a little too sweet for me. So I think what I would do is probably mix it with something like a Sleigh Ride or a more straightforward something like a Mighty Pine, and just kind of dampen that sweetness just a touch. But other than that, it was enjoyable. So that is Balsam Spice. All right, let's move to the portion of the video I'm going to present to you some scents, and you guys are going to vote. If you're new to my channel, please pick 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. Put your votes down in the YouTube comment section. And if you can't do that, you can find my Instagram post. It's Patricia Gates, and put your 2 votes there. Now, I will say I'm waiting for my November 1st order. It's due to arrive either Wednesday or Thursday of this week, so I'm waiting, but it does have my scents of the season. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do 3 of the scents of the season scents, because I've already reviewed Mint to Be Merry and Toasted Apple Butter, but we're going to put the other ones as our first 3 scents. So I'll put a little picture up as I talk. But scent number 1 is going to be Cheery Cherry. Scent number 2 is going to be Eggnog, which is not spiced eggnog, it is just eggnog. And scent number 3 is Merry Wonderland. Now, for the other 3 scents, I just randomly picked some. So scent number 4 is the returning scent of Lord of the Rings Shire Sunrise. I have not reviewed this yet. I put it aside thinking it wasn't going to come back. Scent number 5 is from the clearance Dumbo Soar High Through the Sky. And scent number 6 is a licensed bar, the NFL Goal Line Scentsy bar. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hit the like, and I will see you guys in the next video.